When to measure? Ketosis is not a constant value for most of us. It depends on a lot of lifestyle factors. So what affects ketosis? Some factors are the level of fat adaptation in your cells, the availability of glycogen and glucose, presence of insulin and glucagon, the level of fat adaptation in your cells. When cells are less fat adapted, they can and will use glucose preferably. Using a low-carb diet will cause a glucose deficiency and ketosis increase to replace glucose with ketone energy. When your cells become more fat adapted, the preferential source of fuel shift towards fat, and less glucose is used. The fat that will power your body will mostly be from the intramuscular fat. As it is used directly by the cells, the liver does not need to be involved and produces much ketones. Fat adaptation in short means, when not fat adapted, muscles need glucose replacement, ketosis is in demand. When fat adapted, muscles use fat directly, ketosis mostly needed to supply brain and heart with ketones. Measures when your cells are not fat adapted, and when your cells are more fat adapted, will be different. Using a low-carb/ketogenic type of diet for a long time will not put you in the top of the scoreboard. The availability of glycogen and glucose. When your glycogen stores are full, glucose needs to be stored elsewhere, blood glucose rise and ketosis decrease. Sometimes glucose levels become high, insulin is secreted, and ketosis decrease. This means, when your body elevates glucose, ketosis decrease. Glucose is increased in several situations: in the morning, when exercising, digesting food, starting a fasting period, etc. In these situations, ketosis will decrease. The presence of insulin and glucagon. When insulin increase, ketosis decrease. When glucagon increase, energy is released. When glycogen stores are full, glucose increase and ketosis decrease. When the glucose is used up, fat is then used and ketosis increase. This means that for some starting out a fasting protocol, glucose is elevated until levels become lower. It may take up to a week for some to deplete glycogen and start using fat when fasting. It depends on the glycogen storage levels. So now we have some ideas of when ketosis is affected by different situations. So when is the best time to measure? Measure at same times every day. Measure before meals and exercise.